This looks promising. Nice paper-covered board, stamped with a wreath, and in here the character Jew. Have you ever seen that?
Yes, I've seen it on there, but
do you know what it means?
No.
It means long life.
Oh, yes.
And inside, just what one would expect to find, page after page of Japanese prints. All printed in colours from wood blocks.
The name pressed into that album belongs to Utagawa Toyokuni, the artist who, at the turn of the 19th century, made the Utagawa school the most powerful name in Japanese printmaking. Toyokuni built his reputation on the stars of the Edo stage. Full-length portraits of kabuki actors caught mid-gesture, the celebrity pictures of their day. Bound albums like this one were never meant to survive as treasures. They were popular, affordable art, printed in their thousands and thumbed through for pleasure. What makes a run of them like this worth a second look today is exactly that survival, a complete album, page after page still bright, of a school whose finest sheets now sit in the British Museum and the great print collections of the world.
Where did you come by this album?
Well, my husband found it in a little antique shop, or it was more a junk shop than an antique shop in Forest Hill in 1947-48.
Really?
And we paid 25 shillings for it.
A pound or so. I mean, quite extraordinary.
His interest in it was because he was interested in swords. And
oh, right. Well, we've got quite a lot of...
quite a lot of sword play in it.
Yeah.
And that's why.
The interesting thing about a Japanese book is that once you've got to the end, you move it over here,
that's it.
And you turn it over, and then it runs back the other way. So it's on both sides. So you get twice as much for your money. In fact, there is going to be about... Do you know how many there are in here?
Oh, I can't remember now. We did count at one time.
I think there are about 40 in here.
I think that's about it.
So 40 times 2 is 80. I mean, the album's going to be worth 20 to 30 pounds per page.
Oh!
We're looking at somewhere around £2,500 to £3,500.
Really?
25 shillings has worked into £2,500. Not a bad buy. Thank you very much for bringing it in.
How many have you got?
Well, 24 or 25.
You've got a whole kennel in here. How long have you...
I haven't bought any for at least 15 years.
And do you remember how expensive the last one you bought?
How much I paid?
Yeah.
Well, I think probably 25 years ago I probably paid about, some of the best, about 30. 20 to 30.
20 to 30 pounds?
Yeah.
Do you know which factories? Do you know which porcelain factories you have here?
No.
Most of these dogs were made in Staffordshire.
For most of the 19th century, a pair of pottery dogs like these sat on mantelpieces in ordinary British homes up and down the country. They came out of the Staffordshire potteries around Stoke-on-Trent, press-moulded in earthenware and finished by hand, the King Charles and Comforter Spaniels made to be sold in facing pairs, one looking left and one looking right, to guard each end of the hearth. In Scotland they earned the affectionate name Whalley Dugs. They were cheap ornaments for people who could never afford fine porcelain, which is precisely why so few of the best early ones survive in good condition, and why a large, matched collection, patiently built one dog at a time, adds up to far more than the sum of its modest parts.
Well, I think that each pair, as we go through here, let's give you an average. Each pair is probably worth between £400 and £700.
For this lot.
Each pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. £2,500 to £4,000 for that lot.
Yeah.
And I've given you values on those. Maybe £100 to £200 each.
Yeah.
And maybe £300 to £500 for him alone. I think you've done very well.
Thank you. It's a big pleasure to be able to have you.
You've watched hundreds of these moments. The ordinary object, the jaw-dropping value, But here's the question we never ask: what's sitting in your home? You don't have to wait for the roadshow to come to your town. In seconds, Velco tells you what it is, when it was made, and what it could be worth. It's like having the roadshow in your pocket. Open the App Store and search Velco. VELQO. Or point your phone at the screen. You might be sitting on a fortune.
And we're ending up with these two pussies.
Now that one, of course, is the one. It's got a part of Émile Gallé's signature on the bottom.
Well done, you. Absolutely.
Yeah, it was, yes.
On the bottom there.
That's it, Iwai Gallé.
Iwai Gallé. Do you know about him?
Yes. We saw one on this show about 20 years ago, and they said it was worth £1,000. Yeah?
Did they? Well, it wouldn't have been 20 years ago, because we've only been going about 10 or 12.
Whatever it was.
Absolutely. Émile Gallé was an interesting man. He took over his father's faience factory, same material as this, and then, of course, went on to great things with glass, and his glass can fetch,
That cat carries one of the most celebrated signatures in French decorative art, Émile Gallé, the guiding light of Art Nouveau in the city of Nancy and founder of the École de Nancy. Gallé is remembered above all for his layered Cameo glass, but he began in the family faience workshop, and his tin-glazed earthenware animals are collector's pieces in their own right. His seated cats are unmistakable, a pattern coat scattered with hearts and flowers, a pendant at the throat, and glass eyes set to catch the light with a slightly mischievous stare. Gallé died in 1904, and everything that left his Nancy workshop is now sought after. With faience of this kind, the value turns almost entirely on whether the piece has survived, undamaged, exactly as it left his hand.
So I'm afraid that's not
I only paid £20 for it.
Oh, it was a good £20. Very good buy at £20. He's worth about 150 to £180. But this one, perfect condition.
Paid 70 for that.
£70. And that was how long ago?
Oh, about 20 years, I think.
20 years ago. It was a very good £70 of investment, that was. This is now worth between £3,000 and £5,000.
Is it really?
Very nice person.
Well, she's a real beauty, this girl, isn't she? Did you inherit it? Or?
We did, yes, from my husband's parents, who had it bought for a wedding present.
Oh, fantastic. Well, she's a real wonderful example of sentimental Edwardian picture, this. She's got everything. She's got the flowers she's playing with. She's got the sentimental look in her eye. She's got this wonderful marble bench. They loved these bits of marble at this time. They'd love to try and paint marble particularly well. And then this sort of Italian, classical, Italianate coast beyond. Blue sky, blue sea. It's a very happy picture, this, although she's rather thoughtful, isn't she?
Pictures like this one were the comfort viewing of Edwardian Britain, pretty, sentimental portraits of children in idealized settings, the flowers, the marble bench, the far blue sea, every detail chosen to charm. A growing middle class wanted decorative, feel-good pictures for the parlor wall, and recorded painters supplied them by the score. Most of their names have slipped from the history books, but the best of these portraits have never lost their decorative appeal, and a well-painted, genuinely charming example still finds a warm and surprisingly strong market.
What we do know is he painted very attractive pictures like this one. Got it insured?
Just on the house insurance.
No, it should certainly be insured separately. I think you should probably insure it for something like £4,000 or £5,000. And certainly you could expect £3,000 or £4,000 at auction. So, very nice wedding present.
Yes, very. Okay.
My brother bought it from my mum from a jumble-sale when he was young for 2p.
For 2p?
Yeah, 2
So tuppence?
Yeah.
With the old money?
My mum said she wanted something nice, so brother bought that.
Geoffrey Chaucer, who was working in Bruges at the time, moved his printing press to London, to Westminster, to within the precincts of Westminster Abbey. And there he set up a press and he printed the first book printed in England with movable type. And that book happened to be the most important piece of Middle English literature ever written. And it was, of course, the Canterbury Tales. Now, this is not the first edition. This is not the 1476 edition.
This is a folio of the collected works of Geoffrey Chaucer, the poet of the Canterbury Tales, and the writer often called the father of English literature. It is not the very first printing, but it belongs to a small family of grand 16th century editions that gathered all of Chaucer into a single volume for the first time. Printed in dense black letter type on rag paper, this Elizabethan edition of around 1561 was expanded by the antiquary John Stow, who added poems then believed to be Chaucer's. To hold one is to hold one of the founding monuments of printing in the English language, and to appreciate why a heavy, complete folio like this, some 4.5 centuries old, is a serious thing to find at all, let alone at the price it was found for.
Now, if this was the first edition of the Canterbury Tales, we'd be talking somewhere in the region of £850,000. But don't get excited, please. I only did that to wind you up slightly.
Don't mind them getting round.
This is the 5th edition of the complete works of Chaucer, and in my view, books of this age and this quality are stunning value. And I estimate this not to be £850,000, but about 8,500. Yes.
Before you go, a quick word that could save you from a costly mistake. Every week, treasures like the ones you just watched are sold at car boot and yard sales for pennies by people who simply didn't know what they had. Don't let that be you. With Velco, just snap a photo of anything in your home, and in seconds you'll know what it really is and what it's really worth. And it's completely free. Point your phone's camera at the code on screen now, or search the App Store for Velco, V-E-L-Q. before you let it go.